Hello there guys, this is Speedway Gamer, and today I'm here with StraightUpHippo and Craptastic Jack, and we are making a Drivecast video. And we have a few topics to talk about, so I don't know, does somebody want to say the topics or something?
I'll go for it. Yeah, so today we're going to be talking about Need for Speed 2015. The crew and the woes with the game, like me and Speedway especially, have had so many problems with the crew. The game still doesn't work for me on PC with my AMD CPU. That is disgusting. You need to stop that. I say it every week, every fucking week. You need to stop it. It's disgusting. Yeah, the crew. We're just going to be talking about how it doesn't work for me and Speedway. And then we're going to be talking about DLC in games, because nowadays it tends to be that we're paying more for DLC to buy the full experience. And that kind of stuff. And then we're also going to be talking about how we started YouTube and playing racing games and making racing videos and whatnot. Because for me especially, I didn't start making racing videos until a lot later when I, obviously started YouTube and stuff. And that's what we're going to talk about today.
Party.
Yeah.
That's what we're talking about today. Need for Speed 2015, the crew, DLC, and how we started YouTubes and gamings and stuff. So, should we get straight into Need for Speed 2015's release date stuff that's been announced?
Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
So, CJ, do you want to start? Because I know you know quite a bit, and I don't know much.
About Need for Speed 2015.
Yeah.
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 Alright, so, Need for Speed 2015. Recently, the EA released their quarterly earnings report thing, and they're like, hey, guess what? We're excited for a new Need for Speed 2015 in, quarter 16Y or some shit like that, which turns out to begin in April, so, yeah.
Wait,
Yeah.
what? The release date is...
Yeah, they say that it's in April. Because I saw some information. It's FY16.
FY16, yeah. It's more than just 1 month. It starts in April. I don't know when it ends, though. So.
Oh, is that when pre-orders start?
Could be. I don't know.
Because I think everyone here knows, let's be honest, the game's going to release in November.
Oh, yeah.
That's what we usually
do,
yeah.
Some teaser or something in May.
May, April time. We talked about this last week.
Yeah.
But yeah, we all know the game's going to release in November. Probably early to mid-November.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know when we are going to get some information though, but yeah, it should be in May or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know, Need for Speed 2015, I'm still... I'm not... Everyone seems to be hyping themselves up for this game, thinking it's going to be great, it's going to be the Need for Speed...
It needs to be underground, or else it's just going to...
We should talk about whether you want police in the game or not.
Oh, yeah, I do.
Oh, yeah, I want police.
Because I don't want police in the game, and okay, so I'll explain my point. So, as far as I'm concerned, Underground never had policing. For the whole thing, Underground, it doesn't matter whether they're supposed to have policing or whether they weren't supposed to have policing. In the end of the day, Underground never had policing, and it's kind of like Pendulum coming out and making a pop album. That's what it's like. It's like Psy out of that Gangnam Style video coming out and saying he was straight.
What?
What the hell?
That was a bad analogy. That was a bad analogy.
Makes no sense.
That was a bad analogy. Okay.
Yeah.
I'll take that back. But okay, it's like in that sense. It's like, okay, so it's like the developers of FIFA coming out and saying, we're going to make the next FIFA without a ball.
No, that's not because...
It is, because Underground never had policing. Underground never had policing. That's like playing a football game
But
without a ball.
supposed to have police, seriously.
It doesn't matter if we're supposed to have police.
No.
But think of
This
when
fucking game right here didn't have police!
Dude,
Look on the back! It doesn't say police! It doesn't say police! It says... nothing about police! It doesn't say anything about police! It says... Underground illegal racing. That's what it says. You can hardly talk. CJ, you can hardly talk. You've got a Modern Warfare 2 poster in the background. Although that game was great. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, why objection.
No.
Yes.
It's
objection.
It doesn't matter. Okay, maybe I was supposed to be a girl, but in the end of the day, I'm a boy. Does that mean I'm wrong? Does that mean that I am, as a person,
I don't know.
immoral and wrong? No.
No, but saying comparing Need for Speed Underground having cops is like having FIFA without a ball. Really, it's like no, because the cops weren't the main focus of many Need for Speed games, except maybe like Hot Pursuit and Rivals.
I'm viewing it on a genre, like on a sub-series level. So you had Most Wanted in Carbon, which I can't.
Oh, you were denying me with that last week, but now this week you're like, oh!
What? Sorry, CJ. I don't remember when you were streaming it last week. I was too busy being traumatized when I realised my phone was just having a fit in the corner. It was like, and I didn't notice that you were talking. Okay, back on topic. So. What did I say last week?
I was talking about the sub-series thing, the sub-series theory with Need for Speed, how like Underground, Most Wanted, Hot Pursuit, they have their own kind of sub-series in the Need for Speed series.
I agree with that.
No, you didn't. I don't think so.
I sincerely don't remember about that. I know.
I'm 100% sure I agree with that.
I don't know. You were talking like, you were like, I don't really see it that way.
I don't do that. I don't do that. What the fuck? You don't do that. I don't do that. God, CJ. But yeah, in my opinion, I don't think Underground 3 should have police in.
Alright, but for me, I do kind of, because basically, Need for Speed Underground 1 and 2, basically, what they had basically was...
Yeah, Underground
2. They had no cops, but that was really just due to licensing issues with Honda, and back then the Honda Civic was one of the biggest cars to race out at the time. So what they really did was they kind of wanted to. This is one of the many theories, to be fair. They took out the cops because they wanted Honda in the game, and Honda doesn't like their cars being with police illegal street racing games. You can tell because
how many Hondas were in Underground 2? One.
One
Honda.
I
don't.
think
But then
it was
also
only on
Acura.
the US version.
Acura is owned by Honda, and there are a couple
Okay,
Acuras. So
2 cars, if
Yeah.
that.
But
You really think they didn't put police in for 2 cars?
it's possible because
I don't think that's possible.
It's a plausible claim because they wanted Honda, and Honda back then was the Civic was a really good car. You see a lot of people back then like tricking that car out and stuff, and they wanted that in a Need for Speed game about tuning, scene customization, and stuff like that. So yeah, but then another reason is that
I'm not falling for that.
Another reason is because they didn't want people running from the cop, but then again, they just didn't Most Wanted. So.
I don't believe that. The reason is, okay, so Honda may not like their cars being in games, but I don't think that's a reason to not feature one of the core mechanics of the game. Think about it. Think about all the other tuners that could have been in the game. So you could have had the old Golf. You could have had, I'm talking about the Mark II Golf. You could have had... the 240, no, the original 2000 GTR from Nissan. You could have had the R32, the R33. You could have had, the list goes on really. Come on, you gotta help me think of tuners.
Yeah, but it was like 2004, so the PCs weren't so like we have now. Like they weren't able to run a game like that. They wouldn't be able to run a game with cops or with lots of stuff.
Well, they did in the next year though, because with Most Wanted.
Yeah, but then that Most Wanted came out next gen, kinda, because
and it came out on PS2
and Xbox 360.
But it came out on
PS2.
But
the PS2 could run it.
Yeah, but you know how in the early days of PlayStation 3 we had Carbon, Most Wanted stuff, and at the end of PlayStation 3 we had games like Rivals and Hot Pursuit.
Yeah.
It kind of evolved, so that's what it did with the PlayStation 2 era of Need for Speed games.
What's that got to do with having police in Underground?
You see, because maybe in 2003 they didn't have enough resources to add cops into it, but in 2005 they did, because they evolved.
So, you know.
Yeah, but it's also take in mind that in 2005 we didn't have Most Wanted. Lots of the customization options that we had in Need for Speed Underground 2. So
yeah, they weren't there.
Things were taken out also. So they added cops, but yeah.
So let's say they didn't have the resources to do this. Why does that make it any different? Because in the end of the day, the full retail release of the game didn't have any type of police in. Okay, it might have had files like if you search into the game files, and if you get like a bin searcher, which probably has got a virus on off some dodgy website from Yahabe,
Yahabe? What is that?
Okay, so if you search your neck off and try to find these files to prove somehow that there was supposed to be police in the game, in the end of the day, the actual game that was released and played by millions and millions and millions of people didn't have policing. So why should it be in Underground 3?
Because it would be cool. Like in Need for Speed Underground 2, like I'm playing it right now, and free room is kind of empty. Like you have the AI racers and stuff, but you can't do anything else. You can just drive around.
This was 2004. You got to keep in mind.
2004.
Yeah, it's the same thing. Is it? Yeah, but now we're talking about Need for Speed Underground 3. We're talking about Need for Speed Underground 3, where lots of things could be added with the next gen PS4 and
from what I'm seeing, the community mainly wants a Carbon 2 game, not an Underground 3.
Yeah,
like people want Carbon 2. They don't want Underground 3. They're saying Underground 3 because they want EA to get the sales. That's the only reason.
They want Carbon 2 to be Underground 3 because
But it's not Underground 3. It's Carbon 2. That's my point.
Yeah.
So,
it would be kind of like something mixed, because people want the customization options we had in Underground 2 and the cops from Carbon, or maybe.
But we're not going to get the OTT customization that we had in Underground, like where you can.
Who knows?
Subwoofers. It's going to be more carbon based, if anything.
Yeah.
It's going to be Carbon 2. Literally, it's going to be Carbon 2. Whoa, my thing's laggy. It's going to be Carbon 2.
Yeah.
Why is it so laggy? Actually, I need to solve this.
Not laggy for me. You're fine. He's fine. I'm fine. Woo!
Just realised why. It's because my bitrate was on 8,000.
I'm not lagging or anything.
My potato camera releases GIF images.
But anyway, back to what I was saying. You know, people mainly want a Carbon 2, not an Underground 3. In my opinion, it would be wrong if they did. I'm sure you can understand what I mean.
No, not really.
No? You don't understand?
No, because...
You really don't understand?
No, because... Nowadays, a Need for Speed game, for me, is incomplete without cops, to be fair. For me, in my opinion. Because Need for Speed's about illegal street racing. And what happens when people, especially in high tuner cars, wrecking havoc through the city...
But that's got nothing to do with Underground 2.
But the Underground series are like based on Fast and Furious also.
Isn't that another reason for Underground 3 not to come back? Because the community has moved on?
No, that's not what I mean. Like, they want an underground game. They want an underground street racing scene type of game, like Carbon, like Underground. But they want cops as well, for the most part. I know some that don't, but to be fair, police just adds more challenge to the game.
Yeah. But it wasn't in Underground 1 or 2.
To be fair, me at least.
It wasn't in Underground 1 or 2. So
Underground
wouldn't that be crossing its morals in a way? Because that's like adding... Okay, so that's like me making a game and calling it... Okay, it doesn't really matter what I call it. Let's just say I make a game and it is based around progression and, you know, just... Okay, this is hard to explain what I mean. Okay, I need to think of a good example. So, you make a Star Wars game, and you were always the Jedi.
No.
No, listen. You were always the Jedi, and you could do nothing more. But in like 10 years later, they tried to revive that Star Wars game, and instead you could be the Sith as well, at the same time.
That's just adding more features to the game.
Well, that's a beauty for the game also.
But it's not sticking to its original morals.
But if
but then again, it's improving upon them.
If what you're saying is just have an HD remaster of Need for Speed Underground 2. Basically.
I would love that, to be honest. Like, give that to me, EA!
That's not the point of Underground 3. It's like having a different game, Ghost Games needs to shine, I think, in this series. Like, if not, Ghost Games will be repeating what Black Box did. Ghost Games needs to do something unique. That's why also I wanted to add pink slips. It's something that we never had in Need for Speed before.
Like, that could fit in Underground 3. That's a feature which I would welcome.
Also,
that's Most Wanted Carbon. That Undercover. That's those stringer games. Underground 1 and 2, I think, stand alone. You know, it doesn't matter whether the story links over. It doesn't matter what Easter egg maybe here. But those two games stand alone compared to, you know, Most Wanted, Carbon, Undercover, etc.
Alright, let me tell you guys a story, gents. So... 1997, Hot Pursuit 1 was released, and it's basically just cops versus robbers kind of style-ish, racing-ish, kind of, not really. Then Hot Pursuit 2 comes out. It's not really much like the first one, except for the part where it's like cops versus racers stuff. Oh, you can be the cop and stuff like that. But what they did with that game was they took the first Hot Pursuit They kind of changed the morals a little bit, and then improved upon it. It still has the old classic Hot Pursuit formula, but they improved upon it, adding new stuff into the game.
Yeah.
And then Hot Pursuit 2010 comes out, and this is where this is what I really like about Hot Pursuit 2010. They took Hot Pursuit and made Hot Pursuit. They didn't make some crappy like generic racing game. They made Hot Pursuit. They took the morals of Hot Pursuit and improved upon them, adding more stuff, more cars, more like race style.
I'd agree with that.
Yeah.
They changed the style of Hot Pursuit without losing its formula, without losing its morale, and I'm feeling that's what they need to do with Underground, the new Underground. Like for me, the next Underground shouldn't be like 100% completely like the old two most Underground games, where it has like no cops, because if you're kind of like trying to have have just it being like the original Underground, I guess you kind of like, yeah.
You kind of like what?
Like, with the old Underground, there weren't any cops, right? So having no cops in the new Underground would kind of be the opposite of taking the original formula and improving upon it, but you're not really improving upon it because you're not adding anything new. You're just making the old Underground.
No, but when you add more to the gameplay aspects and add more to what Underground was all about, as to Edge adding a completely random aspect that was never in the series as a whole, and then putting that in, wouldn't it make more sense to actually?
Yeah, but we're not adding.
It's a new feature to the game. That's
we're not adding.
It's a new feature to the Underground series.
We're not adding
that would be cool.
Parades and freaking circuses to it. No, we're adding cops.
I'm not like hating on you guys for having this opinion. I'm just saying, in
but
my
we're
opinion,
adding an element of a racing game that you really see in real life with Underground street tuning racing games, which is police, law enforcement,
but the ones Black
intervention.
Box made, number 1 and 2, never had him in.
Yeah, but that's probably
it's
due to a technicality or something.
Isn't it Carbon 2? It's not Underground 3, it's Carbon 2. So you're making a game called Underground 3, when really it should be called Need for Speed. I'm actually Carbon 2. Like...
Yeah, but the thing is, people want cops.
Not everyone, I don't.
Well, the majority of them do. And the thing with Rivals is, it came out. It's an okay, decent game, but it came out at a time when nobody wanted that type of game. And right now, lots of people want Underground. Lots of people are like down on their knees.
They want Underground.
Yeah,
They
but
want
here's the
Carbon
problem. Here's the
2.
problem.
Cops in Underground. So
They want Carbon 2. They don't want Underground.
No, but here's the problem. There are two big communities in Need for Speed. The ones that don't want anything about to do with customization, and the ones that want something to do with customization. So if we give them only Underground without cops, they are going to rage. And I think that Ghost Game doesn't want that, because they need to get sales in this game.
They're not going to have an aspect of the game that they like.
They're going to put police in. I know this. Like,
this
is something that I've cried nights about. I've cried myself to bed when I've thought about this point. But
it's out of the police.
But in the end of the day, if they named this game Underground 3, I, and I'm sure many others, would be personally upset for the basic reason it just doesn't. It's not what the series is all about.
Underground?
Yeah, it's not what
Underground's
Underground's all
street
about.
racing Underground when you're at night and stuff, right?
But they never had it in the first two games. That's my point. It's more Carbon 2, if anything.
But we do have it in real life. If we
But
Need
for Speed's never been about
you
being in
have
real
gods
life.
following you. Like,
But Need for Speed's never been about real life.
Yeah, it's an arcade game, but it's
always been about taking some mad insane car and taking it on some country road, which, you know...
Country road?
Yeah, that's what the original Need for Speeds were about.
Oh, I thought you were talking about Underground.
If you're talking about that, it's always been about taking some supercar, which you're never going to be able to afford in real life, taking it across these country roads and taking it, you know, and making it go fast. And so just basically, it was supposed to be surreal. It wasn't supposed to be real. It wasn't supposed to be like real life. That's never been the point of Need for Speed. So to add police for realism doesn't make sense. For example, you know, in Hot Pursuit 2, the police could fire rockets. Is that realism to you?
The helicopters.
No, it's
helicopters.
James Bond's.
They drop bombs and
Like, is that realism to you? Because it's not realism to me. That seems like a gameplay aspect, which is used to make it more fun. If that came back in Hot Pursuit 2010, which well, it kind of did.
It kind of did when they dropped spike strips.
Yeah, spike strips.
They didn't drop bombs or fire rockets at you, so.
But yeah, it kind of had a similar equivalent. I didn't mind because that was what Hot Pursuit 2 and all the other games. That was kind of the string it followed. That was kind of what it was about. But in Underground, Oh, you got it.
Here's a catch. Here's a catch. That in Hot Pursuit 2010 they added Pursuit Tech. Like they didn't call it like that, but it was Pursuit Tech.
But
And
it's
it's the same as adding cops in Underground. I believe it's the same thing. It's adding a new feature to the game. It's leaving a mark in the Need for Speed series.
But no one
Different
actually really
from the
likes
previous.
It.
In
It
Hot
Well,
Pursuit 10
but
it
that's
was
their
really
problem.
praised.
That's the developer's problem. Like
For
it's
2010
like their
Hot
problem.
Pursuit, it was a really praised aspect. Lots of people liked it, but the reason people hate it now is because in Rivals it was a mess.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like in Hot Pursuit 2010, only you would like other racers would
agree with
never
having
use
it.
it on you.
I don't agree with having it on the racers side. Cops, you know what?
No,
Come
but
at me
Cops
with a golden
2010 didn't have
dildo
it.
and just smack me with, like, repeatedly. I don't care. But on the racer side, when I've got okay, Turbo is the only one that can stay for me. Turbo is cool.
Yeah.
That's called NOS.
Oh yeah.
But in Need for Speed 2010, Hot Pursuit 2010, you didn't in the races you didn't have the Pursuit Tech.
Oh
It
yeah,
was
in
only
the
Hot
actual
Pursuit
race,
and
there was no
Interception.
cops you didn't have
That was
any.
in Rivals. That's the
Oh,
difference. In Rivals you had it
Oh
everywhere.
yeah, see that I don't mind.
Yeah.
That in that aspect.
That's
okay,
why
so
Hot
now
Pursuit
you,
was kind of cool.
that I don't mind. I don't know.
But,
I just don't think it would work, and it would need to have some type of aspect to it. So, like in Carbon, for me personally, police didn't have any purpose really besides the story. In Most
Yeah.
Wanted in 2005, you had to use them to get the bounty, and it forced you to kind of learn the map. For me, I played
Right.
Carbon more of kind of like an Underground 1 game. As soon as I finished a race, I used the map to go to another race. Didn't really free roam an awful lot. There wasn't a need to. Didn't feel like I needed to. So
Oh yeah.
I didn't free roam an awful lot.
Yeah,
I
and
feel
the
like-
cops in Underground don't really have to be like the ones in Most Wanted where they're needed. They could just be like the ones in Carbon where if they're there if you want to.
But that makes
be
the
with-
open world pointless.
No.
Because
Like if you want to go to a pursuit and feel like wow I'm Vin Diesel or something, you just go to free room and feel OP or something like
so
that.
what if I want to
It's-
just drift around like I do in Horizon? And I can't do that.
Maybe they should maybe they should add a kind of like a selection or something to disable cops like.
But that just
an
takes
option.
the point. That takes the whole point out, really, then, doesn't it?
Not really.
No, because that proves what you want. You want a
And is
Need
it
for
going to
Speed
be always
Underground
online?
2.
No.
I don't know.
Because Rivals was.
All Drive was horrible, so I don't know if it's going to be all
All Drive
online.
is stupid.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like I'm the only person that knows my point of view here.
I know your point of view. Your point of view is
No, yeah.
Underground 2. I mean Underground 3 shouldn't have cops because Underground 1 and 2 didn't. And for me, in my personal opinion, does not work well with cops, and it'll just be a Carbon 2 without cops. Is that your port? Is that your point, right?
Basically.
Yeah, I
it can be
understand
done
it.
right. Like, don't get me wrong, but I don't want a game called Underground 3. Call it something like Need for Speed, I'm being chased by the cops. Need for Speed, I'm on the edge. Need for Speed, it's time to go drift around a corner at 120 miles per hour, laughing my ass off in a wheelchair.
You know how
I
many
don't
sales
care.
it would
Don't
get?
call it Underground 3.
Yeah, but if they don't call it Underground 3, they're not going to get any sales, to be honest.
They will get sales
Yeah.
because Need for Speed's huge.
Yeah, but look, Hot
Word of
Pursuit,
mouth is huge.
Yeah, but
Hot
if they call
Pursuit
it
Pro-
yeah.
Need for Speed Pro Street had like 7 million. Undercover went down to like 7-ish million, like 765 million. It was going downhill, and then Shift had like 1 million. Nitro had 1 million. And then Hot Pursuit 2010 had 8 million, had more sales than Watch Dogs. And then the Run came out 4 million. Most Wanted 2012, no, sorry, 3 million for the Run.
So basically,
4 million for Most Wanted, and then 2 million for Rivals.
So basically, they're just going to use up all the old names till they're done, and then they're just going to run out of ideas. It's basically what you said. So basically, what they're going to do is they're going to do Underground 3, then they're probably going to do High Stakes, then they're probably going to do Porsche Unleashed V2, and then they're like, oh shit, we've run out of titles. We need a new IP now.
Well, they could just make another title which is equally as good as Most Wanted or Underground 2.
It's not as
and
easy as that.
Yeah, but like in the gaming industry, you have a friend and you tell, wow, this game is cool. You should
Yeah,
buy
word
it.
of mouth is
It's-
huge.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
And
for example,
YouTube.
in Rivals, you didn't even tell your friend, wow, this game was good. No, this game sucked. Like it was really bad. So it kind of depends.
Instead of reviving old series, shouldn't they just bring a new IP and just revive the whole series as a whole? Like instead of spending 2 years on making this, commemorative game towards Underground 3, where praising all of Underground 3's essentials and stuff, shouldn't they instead make a game which is a new IP, something completely fresh which you haven't experienced before, and release that instead? Because wouldn't that make more sense?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ish. Not really. Kinda.
Not really. How
don't
would that
know.
not make sense?
I don't know.
That would make a lot more sense instead of
I
just
don't know. I
reviving
kind of
old
just like
series.
phased out there for a moment. I don't know why. I do that every once in a while.
It,
I have this one thing that makes me phase out for a bit. So I don't know.
like reviving old series is only going to last so long.
Oh yeah, definitely.
So why carry on making an Underground 3, which isn't even Underground 3 in my opinion, and just go ahead and waste 2 years essentially. You're basically wasting 2 years if you're making an Underground 3.
If they make, for example, if now they make Underground 2, Underground 3, and then they make Carbon 2, call it like that, and then they just decide to bring a new series, like a new name into the series, and both previous games were good, it would be like, wow, we should really buy this game. Like,
But Hop Shoot 2010 sold really well, sold more than Watch Dogs, and the next iteration didn't sell well.
Yeah.
So that doesn't really apply really.
But mainly it's because Hot Pursuit was basically actual Hot Pursuit. Most Wanted looked nothing like the original Most Wanted, so.
No, it was Criterion's take on it.
Yeah, but it looked nothing like the original one, and that's why people were upset. But the actual Hot Pursuit looked like the old Hot Pursuit games. It felt like an old Hot Pursuit game.
I agree with that.
But Most Wanted didn't feel like a Most Wanted game.
and apart from that, after I think Hot Pursuit, I think we had Shift 2, which
Shift 2, yeah.
it isn't kind of Need for Speed.
Yeah.
And then we had The Run, so it's a kind of like going downfall. I mean,
Oh, yeah.
The
Shift,
Run was a
Shift-
good game, I thought.
Yeah,
No,
it was.
it was a good game, but since it came, like, I think we had Shift 2 before The Run, I think that they were kind of hopeless about that game. They felt hopeless about that game. It wasn't going to be a success or very good.
Yeah, no one really wanted that type of game at this time. At this time, people
Yeah.
wanted either a new Most Wanted, which they did get, but it wasn't what they wanted, or a new Underground. So
Essentially, my perfect Need for Speed 2015, it would be a new IP. Firstly, I want policing. I want to ride Ranger cars from basically Carbon's Ranger cars. So I want all my tuners in there. I don't want an Underground 3 with just tuners. For me,
Yeah.
I don't want
Yeah.
that.
I don't want just tuners. You gotta have a wide variety.
In 2004, 2003, that was cool, but now
Yeah.
I want to be able to use my 650S. In all fairness, I want
Yeah,
a Horizons selection of cars. That's what I want. I want to be able to use anything from a fucking pickup truck to a 240SX
Ford
to
Transit van.
Supra to a Koenigsegg to a P1
Ford Transit van.
Yeah.
transit van, LaFerrari. That's what I want.
I got the LaFerrari's evil.
I don't like the LaFerrari. Not gonna
Nah,
lie, I'm not a big fan.
but it's not that good.
But my
I like
ideal
Ferraris.
Need for Speed 2015 would be a Carbon-like game, which is a new IP.
No limits for consoles and PC.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Exactly. That's all you need. Basically, no limits with an open world, better graphics, more
Oh, yeah.
cars, more customization, more part. Just more no limits is actually
And
the
no
game we've been asking for ages.
microtransactions. No,
What?
What?
no limits. It's gonna have microtransactions.
Yeah, because it's an MMO. But if
Yeah.
this is a AAA game or something,
Oh yeah, if it's a AAA game, then no.
If it's a AAA game, what they're going to do is they're going to make the whole game. They're going to slice 30% out and sell it as DLC.
Oh yeah.
yeah.
Which is
Yeah.
what we're going to talk about next, because we've been talking about this for half an hour.
Yeah.
Half of the podcast has been arguing over whether Need for Speed 2015 should have policing. So we'll talk about DLC and full games for a bit, because let's just tone it down for a bit, because it seems like we've been talking about this and things have been getting just a bit heated.
Oh,
so,
yeah.
DLC
YOLO.
and full games. What are your guys' opinions?
No.
Yeah, no. Also,
That's basically my opinion. No.
yes, especially because they on the first trailer they show cars that are on the DLCs, and they release it as DLC. Like, it's not supposed to be DLC. Like you had that in Need for Speed Most Wanted 2012, that they showed the BMW M3 GTR. I think it was on one picture, and then it was DLC. Like, it was already there. It was already made.
I've got a question.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you know Forza 5?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know that game, I think it had a quarter worth of cars that Forza 4 actually had.
Was it released as DLC?
A lot of it was, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, so Forza 5 I think is a perfect example. Pretty
yeah.
sure over half of those cars in that game is DLC.
Yeah, Need for Speed Undercover on PlayStation at least, you could buy cars in game with actual money.
Yeah, I did
Yeah.
That's how I got the Gallardo.
I did it most recently when I was playing through it again. I thought, well, I could play it through it again, or I could just get a Bugatti Veyron for £2. I mean, I've got £2 right here. I mean, it's not exactly much money. So, you know, might as well splash the cash. I've already finished the game. Just do it quickly. And then my game broke. And I was so annoyed. I was like, I want a refund. I was so annoyed. That's actually
You won't believe how many people actually call it refounds.
Refounds?
Yeah.
I think that's just in America, because no one calls it refunds over here.
No, people actually type it refound, and they say it refound.
No one says that over. It must be in Allentown. Oh wait, you don't even live in Allentown. Ooh, controversy. Yeah,
I live in a suburb of Allentown.
I've just said that to the whole world. How are you gonna feel? How would you feel? He's probably streaming this right now, and we don't even know.
No, I'm not. Don't worry.
But yeah, DLC in full games. It needs to stop. Developers, this is me telling it to you. If you carry on doing this, I'm going to be very disappointed.
Now they start another type of money. They stop with the DLCs and they I know, like in the crew credits.
Yeah.
That's all.
Oh.
Really need it.
Crew credits.
My crew.
Suck
To
my.
quote the great Jim Sterling,
Because it's
the
so
crew
annoying.
has microtransactions.
Especially the first week when everyone had Agaras, and I was sat here with my Skyline level 800. And they were there with like 1,299 level Agaras, which was just, I couldn't beat.
Ah, yeah.
The first week was the worst week, and I still come across it today, to be fair, sometimes.
Nobody really uses Agaras anymore. I hate it when I go into PvP and I see everyone else using a Skyline.
I wouldn't know, because I can't even play the game, as can Speedway.
Everyone in
Great segue.
PvP uses a goddamn Skyline.
That should say something to the guys at EA. Tuners are
tuners are important.
needed.
Yeah.
Tuners, muscles, and exotics. That's how it should
I
be.
just like how there's no variety in PvP. I'm like the only person using a freaking Chevy or a freaking Agera. I'm the only person using any other car that isn't a Skyline!
Like, that should say something. It should. It's like, they should go back to Carbon, how that worked. You had your muscles, you had your exotics, and you had your tuners.
Yeah.
3.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3. Worked. It worked great. I was happy. I was like, you know what? I've got so many cars to choose from. I want to try a fucking Clio. I'm gonna go and try a Clio. Oh, you know what? I don't want to try this Clio anymore. I want to go and get my Le Mans Audi. Let's go get my R8 Le Mans Audi. Oh, I don't want to use this anymore. Let's get my Evo. There was so much choice, like so much choice.
Variety, yeah.
Nowadays, it's like on the crew. It's like you can have a 370Z or a Skyline. Can't really do much to it. Or you could have those 6 old muscle cars, which no one cares about. Well, people do care about them. But
I do care. I really love muscle cars.
Yeah, that was my bad. People do care. I don't really. I'm not fond of, like, I don't want to drive a Camaro or a Mustang or anything across those lines. They only go in straight lines.
No, they
It's been
don't.
No, in the crew they don't.
It's been said on Top Gear many times.
Yeah.
It's been said on Top Gear many times. American cars are for straight lines, and I've been to America and I've seen in Orlando everyone drives in straight lines.
Yes, because all the roads in Orlando are straight lines.
Unless you come out of an intersection and it does like this little circle thing. That's about it.
A roundabout.
It's not a roundabout. It's like after you come off an intersection, there's like this huge like circle thing, and it carries on.
Like, you mean, like, I don't know what you're talking about.
It's hard to explain, but yeah, like generally in America, cars go straight, and that's why all the American muscle cars have some.
They don't hear. They don't hear.
Where are you? In Allentown? Oh wait, that's a lie. I bet you're actually from like Saudi Arabia or something, and we just don't know about it.
Yeah, because there is snow in Saudi Arabia.
Antarctic. You could be in the Antarctic.
There. See?
Oh.
What if CJ lives in heaven?
No, oh my god. I'm the
Controversy.
I'm the angel of racing game YouTubers.
But yeah, I don't know. It seems like I've been awfully negative this podcast. Don't mean it to be that way. Really don't mean it to be that way. But it seems like I've been awfully negative, and I've been, hating on a lot of minorities.
What?
I've just been hating on everyone who doesn't want police in the game. I don't like. I accept your opinion. But you just have to accept mine. That's how I see it.
God, it smells so good.
I don't even don't want to know what that is. I don't even want to know what
Raffi's
I
thing.
don't want to know what that is. I don't want to know where you put it. I don't want to know where it's been. Don't tell me anything.
It's on my shelf. It's supposed to be an air freshener, but it doesn't work. So I
It's
just
supposed
go
to be an
every
air
once in a
freshener. Then
while and
CJ broke it.
smell it. Oh yeah. For the state of your room, Cam, I think you need like a few.
My
as well.
room's actually rather tidy.
You call that tiny?
It is tidy.
No,
like-
it's not.
It is. That's so tidy. The only thing untidy is that the fact I threw Underground 1 across the room the other day.
Why?
What?
I don't know, I was just in rage earlier on in the podcast and I just threw it.
Underground 1?
Yeah.
I threw something. No, that was Forza 5 you threw it. That's
That was last
Underground
week.
2.
That was last
It's
week.
Underground too, yeah.
Haven't got the manual for some reason. But everything else is still there. Pretty cool.
But yeah.
I'll just take my Ferrari.
YOLO, even I have it. Whoop whoop.
Is that an Xbox copy? You have an old Xbox?
Oh yeah, I do.
Do you use it?
It's in my closet.
Ah.
But this disc doesn't work anymore.
I was
so.
PC Master Race back in the day. Didn't get a
Whoop,
PS2 till quite a while on, to be fair.
Thank you.
I got it when I was 6.
I got my PS2 when I on 2007.
2007. I didn't get
Yeah.
mine until like 2009 because I wanted to play some video
2007, I was
games.
7, so I had mine in 2006. So GG.
So should we move on to the crew for a bit? Because Speedway, I know you've got a lot to say, and you've kind of
Yeah.
done. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm
okay.
super mad with the crew right now. Like seriously, the connection issues in consoles is outrageous. I can never invite somebody that is on my friend list, especially, to my freaking crew. It's not cool. Like I know if it happens on PC because I think it's better connection and stuff. But
I'm
consoles
looking-
suck. Well, in terms of internet and the crew.
Connection issues on PC have been really stable for me, at least. I mean, I haven't ran into any problems, so.
So I've already made numerous videos talking about this, and I've ranted about it so much on Twitter. But the crew for me on PC especially, straight up doesn't work. If you have an AMD FX CPU, you know what? Don't buy the crew. You could start a business with the amount of money people have wasted with that CPU in their PC. Like, it is unreally stupid. After everything, I'm playing on 720p at the lowest settings, and I'm still dropping to fucking 15 FPS. It's absurd. And then to top all that, when I want to play a game, the game lags like shit. It lags like absolute rubbish. And I've got a 100 down connection. I shouldn't be getting these issues. I've got a 100 down connection. My PC should be capable of playing any game on Ultra, and I don't want to sound like an obnoxious dickhead right now.
Oh, no,
But it's true. Like, I've got a 760. I've got an FX processor clocked at like 4.2 gigahertz. I've got 16 gigs of RAM. You know, the amount of money in the past 4 or 5 years I put into this PC is absurd. It's got fucking LEDs, which I would show you if they were on, but they're not on at the moment. I put so much effort and work into building this myself up from scratch. I remember 3 years ago now, I sat here with a friend and we built this together. And I put so much time and effort into this build, and I can't even play the crew at a constant 30. 30.
Yeah, imagine if they release a sequel of the crew with awesome graphics, and you still can play it on PC.
I can play Rivals fine, and Rivals was
that's
one
the
of the
problem,
worst
yeah.
ported game ever. And I can't play the crew because it's an AMD FX processor, which shouldn't be the issue.
Ubisoft's in the blame AMD mentality.
I mean, it could be a multiple amount of things. It could be the processor. It could be the graphics card. It could be the
I doubt
motherboard
it's
for all I
graphics
know.
card.
No, I doubt also the processor because AMDs are usually very, very good for gaming. Intel are more for rendering stuff. So yeah.
Yeah.
From
AMD's
what I've
more for
gathered, it
gaming.
is the CPU because it can't be the graphics card.
Yeah,
Because
it
I
can't.
ran most other games fine
The
when I tried.
760 is a really good card still.
But
so.
here's the problem. Like Ubisoft always has problems with frame rate issues, problems with the PC versions of the games. Like always. Assassin's
Always.
Creed Unity, everything has problems with on PC.
And that's
based from
one
users.
reason when you're deciding whether to go console or PC at some points. That's one reason you got to kind of take in. If you go
Yeah.
PC, you're gonna run into so many stability issues. Doesn't matter what it is, you know. In terms of the game running at a constant FPS, with consoles, it's quite literally plug in and play. If I want to play my PS4 right now, all I gotta do press that button, turn over the TV, and there you go, bish bash posh, real good nosh.
Fish
If you wanna
back
play-
Josh.
If I want to play on PC, okay, so let's say I want to buy a game from Steam, I'll download it from Steam, and then I've probably got to do some type of DirectX or patch or something across those lines, which isn't too bad. And then if the game starts stuttering, I've got to Google the stuttering issues and find fixes for it, go into the directories, do all that kind of stuff. But the advantage for PC gaming is, if you can get past all these stability issues, if you can get past all these problems, you've got your mods, you've got, the community is mad. Like, have you seen the PC Master Race subreddit? They are so passionate. They might be a bit dickheads, but they are so passionate. They've got so many people that are out there to help you with your PC.
As a member of that subreddit, I will say that 95% of the people on there are dickheads.
But there's still so many amounts of people that are glad to help you. You can emulate games, console games, like PS2 games.
Like I do.
On console, it's really, when you think about it, you're not going to get that type of support on console. It's Xbox One versus PS4 over there. And then you've got PC who've just come in recently and be like, PC Master Race. I mean, it really depends. If you can get past the stability issues on PC is going to be a great gaming platform for you. That's what you want to go going for.
Yeah, but at the same time, that's actually kind of why I want a PlayStation 4, because...
Yeah, because like sometimes you can't handle it. It gets too far, and you just want to plug in and play. Some days you just want to sit down, relax, and put your feet up, and you can't do that with console.
I can't play Drive Club on PC. So
exclusives. That's another reason for why I wouldn't personally go PC only. For me, the perfect setup is to have an Xbox One or PS4 and then a PC on the side. That's what I prefer. Like, definitely. If you've got that, then you basically got the perfect setup. Obviously, the ultimate
right now,
setup.
My brother just took my PlayStation 3, put it downstairs in the living room, and he has his Xbox in there. So basically, I'm just here with my PC. I really don't have anything else, and I kind of want to I want a PlayStation 4 here, so I can basically play PlayStation 4, play Drive Club.
Drive Club isn't a great game, but anyway,
it's not worth it. It's not.
We're getting Xbox One for games. Yeah. Horizon 2 is a really good game. I still play it to this day. But yeah, like really, the ultimate setup is to have everything, but not everyone could do that, because some people only get like one console per year with maybe a game. I used to be in the position where I only got one game per year, and I had to pick between all those games, and I picked Need for Speed every single year, and I'm proud. I picked Need for Speed every single year up until 2009 or 10, like every single year, one game. So obviously not everyone can have an Xbox One and a PS4. Money issues are a thing. If you are making that decision, and you have enough money to get a PC, or you have enough money to get, your Xbox One, my advice would be pick between the Xbox One and PS4. There's pros and cons. Weigh out which ones you would prefer. So, said the Xbox One, that's got Forza, it's got Halo, but on the other side, you've got, Gran Turismo, Uncharted. Weigh out the pros and negatives of both consoles. Kind of decide which one you want the most. Which ones do your friends play on? Is that going to affect you? Do you play solo, or are you more, a team kind of guy with your friends and stuff? And then a PC is a no-brainer. A PC will come handy on a PC. It's not just gaming; it's everything.
Yeah,
and
that's what I do YouTube with.
That's what I do YouTube with. It's what I play games on. It's what I do everything with. Really, when you think about it.
I record everything with my Game Boy here. Like I with my Game Boy.
Yeah.
That explains why you've got a 5 FPS webcam.
That's an explanation. Yeah.
Yeah, like it really depends. Like we kind of went a bit off topic there.
Yeah.
But it's true. I think it's really true. If you can live with the stability issues and you want all the extra functionality, the PC is you gotta go PC all the way. But if you want just to plug in and play games purely, Xbox One or PS4. Oh, CJ, you gotta stop.
No, it's a problem. No, you don't understand. It's something with my thing. I don't know.
Is it something that people in Antarctica only go through?
Oh my god, I'm not in Antarctica. But no, it's something that had to do with stuff when I eat. I get like indigestion stuff. So yeah,
you just gotta go away, like burp.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to do that,
Just like, even if it's just like you're like up in here, and even if it looks like you feel it. Oh no!
My God.
Just turn around.
Away that time,
just do this. If I don't care. Just do this. Just do something. It's coming. It's coming. It's coming.
Oh my God.
That was such a poor attempt. That was such a poor attempt. But anyway, we've got 15 minutes. Should we talk about how we started racing videos and playing YouTube and videos and all that kind of stuff?
Yeah.
So we'll go around the table. So how we started YouTube, we'll go with that first. So CJ, do you want to go first?
I started YouTube on March 26, 2010 with a channel called No245, and it was a really crappy Lego animation channel where I made Lego animation stop motion shit, and then I'm like, I'm gonna sub for a sub! And then I subbed for sub, and then I got like 100 subs, and I thought I was famous. Then I stopped doing it around 2011-ish. Then on January 8th, 2012, I created Craptastic Jack for random stuff that isn't Lego, and bada bing, bada boom, I started doing... I didn't really
explain how you started YouTube. That was more like, I started YouTube in May of 2009, and now I'm sub for sub, and now I do this, and now... Do you want me to go first for an example?
No.
Do you want me to go first for an example?
So basically, for 2012, I really didn't do much. I didn't really start actually uploading stuff till like 2013, early 2013. I remember the day I was playing Bow to Gay Tony on PlayStation, and I was just really bored. I'm like, what am I gonna do with my life? Let's plays. So I created my first Let's Play, which was Team Fortress 2. And yeah, and then I created other stuff. I really was just a more kind of open channel. I did a lot of stuff that wasn't racing, and I really didn't start doing racing till maybe 2014, really, to be fair. I mean, I did some racing stuff, obviously. 2013, that was back in the days of my anti-underground phase, so yeah, I kind of got some infamity, I don't know how to say it. I became kind of infamous with the Need for Speed community back in 2013 when I was like all anti-underground and stuff. Then in 2014, that's when I kind of started doing actual Need for Speed content and stuff, and that's kind of where I started growing, because that's where I kind of got serious when I started doing YouTube in 2014, and then here we are in 2015.
That was kind of more of your journey on YouTube, not how you started YouTube. But it's okay. It's okay. I'll do mine, and then you can add to yours afterwards. So, it all started in 2009. I was a young chap. Modern Warfare 2 was my game. To this day, I guarantee, if you played any COD from from COD 4 to Black Ops 2, I will give you a run for your money. But basically, I started off watching Modern Warfare 2 videos. At the time, I was poor. I was so bad. The worst in my school. Like, every time I went on, like, I probably went on, like, imagine playing with your controller like this. You could probably still play better than I was back then. Like, wow. You could probably play with one hand and your nose, and you would be better than I was back in, like, 2009. Better. Better. So what I did was, I googled how to play COD 4, as you do. And googled those sorts of games, and obviously I saw the YouTube videos, obviously, because that's the first thing that comes up, because it's like video tutorials. And from there, I kind of just got deeper and deeper into YouTube. My sub count, I had the old iPhone. I'm not sure if you had you remember the first iPhone YouTube app?
Yeah.
And it had a simplistic thing. So you had your My Subscriptions, and it had literally every single video, without a doubt. The sub box never broke. And it had every single video, and every night before I used to go to bed, I used to watch all the videos, and I noticed, when at the start, it was kind of around 10 subs, then it went to 50, then it went to 100, then it went to 150, and every single night, I would watch every single one of my videos in the sub box, which I hadn't already watched. And I got deeper and deeper and deeper. And then 2011ish, I made my first account, which I'm not going to say the name of because it's really embarrassing. And I made Modern Warfare 2 videos, as you do, because I was so invested into that section. And from 2010 to 2013, I was kind of just jumping around channels. Well, 2012ish, I was jumping around channels. Didn't really have like a firm base. And I was still very heavily invested in the COD community up until like 2012, where I did FIFA, as you know. So
FIFA.
I went over to a channel called, I'm not going to say it. Okay, it was called The Funky Chicken. You can have a look if you want. And that was an awful channel. That was a shit channel. I overreacted in all of my FIFA videos. You know, I pretended I was MLG at COD when really I was awful. Worst channel ever. But I think I still kind of had some of the core like morals I have today of being honest and stuff like that. Like I think generally it's still changed. Like I haven't changed much. I've just got a lot better. Like then I was awful. And then obviously I made StraightUpHippo in, I think it was Christmas of 2012 or 2013. And I was mainly in FIFA. I was mainly doing FIFA till summer of last year. when I moved over to racing. Racing videos and games are always been my forte. I've always wished I kind of wanted to do them. It's always been in the back of my head. Like, as you can see, like there, those are like actual like figured cars. Like, I'll show you right now. They're like replica cars which I've had for years. Like, that's a Z8. That's a Z8, and I've been so heavily invested in cars all my life. Yeah, exactly. Mate, I had stance before it was real. I had stance before it was a thing.
My Porsche.
Back to what I was saying. Like, I've always been heavily invested in cars. Cars has always been something I was interested in. And then it got around to June of last year, and I just got fed up with the FIFA community. So everyone just fucking shouts and like throws stuff against walls. And to be popular, that sounds like you're fearing for your life. But yeah, in the FIFA community, basically to be popular, you need to throw stuff against walls and break controllers. And I wasn't about that, so I came over to the racing community because generally, like, compared to all the other communities, the racing community is the best.
Oh yeah.
Like, I think that we can do that, and plus I enjoy racing games, and there is so much more variety you can do with racing games. People say, "Oh, I don't know what to do today. I want to make videos. Oh my god, it's the same repetitive shit." No, you haven't been in the FIFA community playing one game every single day, repeatedly. Like, at least in the racing community, you've got all these types of games. You've got The Crew, you've got Horizon, you've got Drive Club, you've got Underground 1, Underground 2, Most Wanted. All of them. No, you can play more than I could play. In the FIFA community, it's one game, and you've got to think of ideas for one game. And it gets so dragged out and boring. So, came to the racing community, and this is where we are now, I guess. That's it, really.
Yeah.
And now, for some reason, I've just people just love my videos and hearing me speak, and now I'm almost at 2,000 subscribers, which is mad. I can't thank everyone enough. It just means so much. But that's where we're at. Speedway, you're up.
Well, I started YouTube, I think it was in 2010 on another channel. That is deleted now, so I'm not even going to say because it doesn't exist anymore. In which I made Need for Speed World videos. I mean, I did like, I think I had like 10 or something, because I had a crew called Speedway Crew. That's why I also got the Speedway Gamer name.
Okay.
Speedway Crew, and I made kind of videos of racing and stuff. And yeah, then I decided to delete that YouTube account and make another one and start making YouTube videos more seriously. But I was like, I watched these Minecraft kind of YouTubers and stuff, and I started doing Minecraft because I was like, oh, this is cool, you know. And yeah, but by the time I started making videos and stuff, it got very repetitive, and I didn't feel like I didn't enjoy what I was doing. So I said to myself, like, I really need to start making videos that I really do enjoy, like making them. Like, so that I've always liked racing game videos since I was very little, and I started making Need for Speed videos and stuff, and yeah, here I am today, and just random videos and stuff. I think I started the racing game videos in September 21 of 2013. But yeah, it took me a while.
You guys still remember the actual dates?
Yeah, I do. Yeah.
I've uploaded easily, including other channels, at least 1,000 videos on YouTube.
Yeah.
I've only uploaded like 400, 500, so I'm kind of behind.
Yeah,
throughout all
like
my channels.
Still, then, like, the amount of effort we as a group put in.
Oh yeah.
It's like, people can't imagine how hard it is, for me especially.
Oh yeah.
To upload daily.
Like, there were kids in my school who were like, "Oh, you're on YouTube, big deal. I'll create an account and get more subs than you." It's not that easy. It's not how that works. No.
It's okay. I had the same situation, and I told them, "You do it then." I was like,
yeah, that's basically what I tell them. You do it then.
Yeah.
Like, people were saying, "Oh, why don't you do the FIFA community because it's bigger, and why don't you get a coin sponsor and do it for the money?" Nah, like, it's just not my thing. Like, you can do it for the money. You can, you know, throw things at walls. You can sell out. You can do all that kind of stuff.
No,
that shit ain't me.
I just do YouTube just to find some time to play games, because with university and stuff, I don't get.
You're in university, exactly.
Yeah. I'm like, I need to find time to enjoy myself, so that's why I make videos. So yeah, that's.
I do it for multiple reasons, to be fair.
Yeah.
It gives me experience with, you know, Premiere Pro and Photoshop, which is what I want to do in the future.
Also.
2, I enjoy it. Like it's like I can't explain how cool it is to come home and have just notifications to respond to.
I know that feel.
Yeah.
Yeah, when you have comments to reply to, that feeling when you see 2 notification things and think I can't explain like that feeling. To have people tweeting you, sending you cards, or just sending you in like just tweets.
Oh yeah.
That feeling there, it just doesn't be like that is the greatest thing ever.
Yeah,
It's amazing.
when people come, they come and tell you that you are their favorite YouTuber out of everyone else on YouTube. And
Millions.
And,
millions of people.
Yeah.
Like I made best friends for YouTube, which I consider amazing friends, including you guys. like I genuinely made friends that I will stay in contact with for life.
Oh
through
yeah,
YouTube.
definitely.
Yeah.
And like it's just mad. Like, I guess number 3 is genuinely just meeting people. The reason I started YouTube was to get my voice heard.
Oh yeah.
And I've done that.
Yeah, I have as well.
Everyone, all of us have
I
done
think
that.
everyone did, yeah.
We've all had some type of contact with some type of developer. We've made, a core solid fan base who come back every week. I've heard people say that they, my videos are part of their daily routine. That feeling, that fucking feeling is just...
Yeah.
Poof.
Also,
Like-
the fact that you can actually talk with the developers also in Twitter and stuff. Back in 2010, I never even thought that I could actually do that. It was like...
In 2004...
no chance, yeah.
In 2004, 2005, when I was playing Underground 2 Most Wanted, I never ever thought I was ever going to get in contact with anyone who made Need for Speed. Never thought I was going to be, kind... I don't call myself popular, because I'm not popular. People with millions of subscribers, they're popular, but I'm not popular. But to have some type of stance in the racing community...
Exactly.
Back in 2004, 2005, I didn't think that was going to happen. Nowadays, if I come over here... I'm not sure if you guys have seen this.
Swag supply.
It's a fucking letter from Ghost.
Oh my god.
Fucking letter from Ghost saying, signed by James Mount himself. I'm not sure if you can see that. Can you see that?
I can see the signature. Yeah.
Yeah, I can see it, yeah.
Yeah.
Me, some little Indian kid from England who lives in Wolverhampton has somehow has managed to get in contact with the people who make Need for Speed, and almost 2,000 people who have at one point clicked subscribe button. And for you guys, I'm sure you can say the same. That is fucking phenomenal. Like that is just phenomenal.
Yeah, I think that bigger YouTubers don't appreciate their fan base also. Like when it's like a small fan base, you talk to them, it's just like a
every
big
single person
family.
that comments.
It's like Fast and Furious. It's a big family. Like yeah.
I think that's something that us three especially. I can't speak for any other big YouTubers or any other people. I think I can speak on behalf of us three. If any of us get big, we'll still, want to keep it as a big family.
Yeah.
I think that's the main thing that YouTubers especially lose when they get popular, is that they stop replying to comments, they stop listening, they stop, following their fans, essentially. They stop following the subscribers, their friends.
Ah, yeah.
I think us three especially, I don't think I'm ever going to stop listening.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
I'm gonna reply comments until I die. I know.
I make time now. I spend at least half an hour, before anything. Like if you literally took a camera and put it to my head, I walk into my room, I get changed, have a shower, come out.
I wouldn't want to see that.
You can see it if you want. CJ, I know you.
No, you don't. You don't know me. No one knows me.
Oh, that's true. You could live in Antarctica for all I know.
Oh my god.
Anyway,
Here we go again.
I come home and the first thing I do is I type in S into my search bar, and that comes up with my website. I press enter and say hello, and then I'm replying to comments, and then I make my video, and then I do homework if there's enough time. that is my life. That is what I do every single day. I don't know. I just think it's absolutely mad.
Yeah.
Absolutely mad. That all of us, the fact we are here, the fact I'm from England, CJ's from Antarctica.
No, I'm not!
Speedway is from Uruguay. I think the fact that, that's there, and we are making a podcast with like this. Like, it's mad. Absolutely just absurd. I think the fact that we have all got so far, you know, honestly, for me personally, when I hit 1,000 subscribers, I couldn't ask for any more.
Yeah.
But I think that was
1,000 subs is gonna be a day of grandest celebration.
Yeah.
And like even 100. When I got 100, like I was only like 14 years old.
I was only 14 years old when I like 2 months ago. So yeah.
It's true.
Well.
It's true. But you were a lot more experienced than I was when I was 14. I'll say that much.
Not
You
really.
know, all those hours of streaming every Friday and Saturday, but Lord knows how long. I did that for so long. Obviously not so much now because I'm busier. But for so long, like every Friday and Saturday, I made time to do that. You know, and then all these videos, thousands of like days worth of content, all of us.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
I don't know. I kind of just went on a bit of a rant.
It's amazing. It's
A
amazing.
rant? You what, mate?
Oh my god, so he just got his glasses off. This is the first time I've seen you without
Oh
your
my
glasses.
god, shit is getting
What?
serious.
What?
This is the first time I've
You
seen
never
you
seen me
without
without my glasses on.
your glasses. Nah.
Nah, I just need to take them off because they're hurting my head. So yeah.
But yeah, it's truly amazing. Like, truly amazing what YouTube's done.
Yeah.
People can hate all they want, but it's true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I better not be streaming this. Good.
And on that note, that is the end of the podcast. If you guys enjoyed, make sure to smash that like button. Go visit all our channels in the link down in the description below. If you two don't forget again, I made an effort to put your channel links down in the description, but you ignored me. Yeah, make sure to go and subscribe to all of us down in the description below. Smash that like, smash that subscribe.
Hopefully Sony Vegas will let me import the actual video into Vegas without crashing, so I might be able to upload this to my channel.
If you have anything you would like to add for next week's episode, or questions you would like to ask us, make sure to
Send
leave
it to
down.
me via mail. I'll put it, like, send me a letter with it, and I'll...
You can't do that to
read it.
Antarctica, but okay. Yeah, make sure to leave them down in the Antarctic
Pennsylvania's
comment box
not
down below.
Antarctica.
Wild card.